Welcome back. In this video, we're going to set up the location selection screen. So basically what we want to have is for each item that we add, we want to have the capability to select a location where we want to purchase that item. All right. So therefore, let's go ahead and get rid of this Gradle and let's go over and create a new file class file. I'm going to call this one location selection screen. So this will be a pop-up and I'm just going to set it up here. So this should be a composable, and this composable will have the name of location selection screen. Now, this location selection screen requires two parameters. One will be the actual location, so the latitude and longitude, which we get from selecting or tapping on the screen or on the map. We always automatically assign a latitude and longitude, so to speak. So that will be one part of the data. And we also want to execute something once we selected something. So once we've selected the location. So I'm going to have a location, which will be of location data. And then I will have this on location selected event, which will require a piece of location data and it will return nothing. Okay. So this is basically going to be the setup of our location selection screen. So it will require the location, as well as we need to tell it what to do, or we need to pass what to do with that location. So with the location that was selected. All right. So now that we have that, let's go ahead and set up a variable in here, which will take the user location into consideration. So I'm going to remember the user location, which will be a mutable state of let long. So inside of our Android GMS Maps model, there's this class called latitude longitude or let long, which requires the latitude, which I get from my location up here, dot latitude, as well as the longitude. So a let long object requires those two details. So you can hover over and you can see it's basically, we have a contract with it, which says let long, double latitude, double longitude. So I'm using remember, so I need to import remember here. And then I also want to use a camera position state. So I need to know where I am on that selection screen. So on that Google Maps area selection. So let's call this one, or here we are going to use a remember camera position state. So there is this thing called camera position state that we can remember, and we're going to define how we're going to remember it. So we're going to take the position and we're going to set it up as the camera position dot from let long zoom, where we're going to use the user location and its value, and we're going to zoom in to the factor of 10. So what is that? Well, if you look at a Google Maps, let me open up Google Maps. Okay. So I'm opening up Google Maps here, and maybe if I open it up bigger. So I have Google Maps open here. And now when I am zooming, my zoom level, so the zoom, this 10F here that you can see here is changing. So 10 is a certain level of zoom. So you can play around with this value. I think it goes all the way up to 18 or something like that. You can play around with that value and it will give you a different level of zoom. So that is one thing. And then the user location will basically be the location of where the phone is. So what we want to do is we want to position the camera of the maps So we want to basically say, hey, Google Maps, zoom into that area where the user is right now. I don't want to see California or whatever, like the default where we are. I want to see wherever the user is at a certain zoom state or zoom level. That's what this camera position state will do for us. Now the cool thing is, because we're using remember and state, that will happen dynamically. So if we change the location of the user, the camera position state will change, and it will change the position, and we will go to a different spot on the camera, on the map. Okay, so this will make a lot more sense once we actually have the maps implemented and we can see what it looks like. And that's what we're going to set up in the next video, at least the Google Map composable. So see you there.